Okay, so let's, like, open all of the new things. So, we start with Stellar Superconduct. Elemental reaction, Stellar Superconduct. There's no R here. When cryo comes into contact with electroelement under specific conditions, the special reaction Stellar Superconduct will be triggered, temporarily converting the surrounding area into the wondrous stellar glow domain. That's Hop Stellars. Oh, right, yeah, no. Anyways, when enemies within the stellar glow domain are struck by cryo or electro attacks, the domain shall seal the diffused elemental energy. What does that mean? Good question. Every 3 seconds, all sealed elemental power is unleashed and converted into buffs for all party members inside the domain, granting cryo and electro damage bonus, and raising the base reaction multiplier of their stellar superconduct damage, lasting for 3 seconds. Now, we don't know exactly how this works. Additionally, enemies inside the domain will have their physical res reduced. So, what the fuck does any of this mean? That is a good question. That is a very good question. I'm not sure, right? One possibility is that the increase to, like, the percent, like, the numbers on the damage bonus and the numbers on the increase base reaction multiplier get increased by the amount of times you hit with cryo or electro. That's kind of what this reads as to me. But we did have a leak a while back that it was just a fixed number. And I don't know if that leak was fake or if it's just that this is a weird description that doesn't actually convey properly. Maybe it's some kind of gauge that can be trivially filled, maybe. Can I run Eula with Sandrone? I mean, you're not allowed, but... I mean, I haven't even fucking read her kit yet, okay? So, like, we'll get there. Anyway, certain characters gain the blessing Radiant Stellar Superconduct within the domain, powering their effects. So basically this is saying Stellar Superconduct also directly buffs some characters. This is a whole lot of nothing, honestly. This really doesn't tell us much, unfortunately. So we kind of just have to take a look at what the buffs are. Sandrone kit! Woo! New things! So, Sandrone normal attacks, okay, whatever. She weaves threads through mathematical formulae. Okay, buddy, like, you should go shut the fuck up. Okay. I don't think I'm allowed to say that word, chat. I don't think I'm allowed to say that word, chat. It's Bologna, yeah, I'm aware. I think it was pretty clear from context that this was supposed to be Herman, but anyway, summons the fully functional universal automaton. Dude, honestly, this one might be funnier than Herman. Anyways, summons the fully functional universal automaton Herman, switching it into calculation mode. Herman performs suppressive fire against enemies ahead and periodically fires suppression condensation rays, dealing AoE cryo damage and Radiant Stellar Superconduct. They instead deal AoE cryo damage considered as Stellar Superconduct. I assume the suppressive fire and the condensation rays are two different things, and you're hitting with cryo with suppressive fire while you're dealing Stellar Conduct with the condensation rays, right? So she does have on-field cryo app. That's what I'm assuming right now. While in calculation mode, Herman's calculation power continues increasing, and when it reaches 100, Herman enters overclock mode, attacking enemies at longer intervals, dealing cryo damage and becoming unable to enter calculation mode. When not in calculation mode, calculation power gradually decreases. While Sandrone is off-field, she focuses on repairing Herman, increasing the calculation power reduction speed to 300% of its original rate. That's a cool passive, actually. The fact that, like, it removes the overheat bar faster if she's off-field, that's pretty cool. I like that. That's like a heavy incentive for quick swap. Alright, like, when I said I didn't like what Sandrone's kit was looking to be, that was with the assumption that her main gameplay loop would be, like, bite and blast, use the skill, and then bite and blast again. And that's it, right? But if there's, like, a lot of quick swap involved, then that could be interesting. My bad. Plunge, whatever. Okay, elemental skill, phenomenon, formula, extended analysis. Upholding the flawless etiquette of a refined lady. That was not how you're supposed to say that word, but that's fine. A refined Like, refined. Yeah, okay. Sandrone mounts a tactical assault hover device designed for tea parties and continuously glides forward for 6 seconds. What the fuck is she doing? During this time, Sandrone can control the glide direction. Tapping sprint consumes 10 stamina to enter an elegant, high-speed hover state, consuming 15 stamina per second to move faster. When the glide begins, if enemies are nearby, Sandrone also summons a prismatic resonance cannon, which fires 2 prism shells at enemies that have yet to calm down, dealing cryo damage. And, you know, it's... the second prism shell will deal stellar conduct damage. While riding the tactical hover device, Sandrone also quietly and elegantly repairs Herman, reducing its calculation power by 40 upon mounting, and by an additional 10 every 0.1 seconds during the ride. Okay, I guess. What's the limit? Is it 100? Do we know? Did I just forget about it? Yeah, okay, it is 100. I mean, that's okay, right? That's fine. I do like that it's not just a flat amount, that you can stay in it longer to reduce more. That's kind of cool. Elemental Burst. Phenomenon formula, all principles proven. Maintaining the refined elegance befitting a lady, Sandrone summons a large number of prismatic resonance cannons to bombard the area ahead before firing a sub-zero convergence beam to strike enemies, dealing AoE cryo damage and its stellar conduct damage. That's it. It deals damage. Okay, that's boring as hell. Whatever. Talents! Eternal Calculation Engine. Radiance. When casting the skill, if Herman's calculation power is above 50, the second prism shell fired at enemies deals 400% of its original damage while reducing calculation power. Oh, that's interesting, right? So you want to use this while you're above 50 over. That's just Rumble, actually. Okay, she really is just Rumble. Okay, whatever, man. Like, fine, whatever. Additionally, for every 10 calculation power reduced by what? Reduced, like, ever? Or reduced by casting the elemental skill? I don't know. She gains 1 stack of improved tactics, up to 10. When she casts Burst, it consumes those stacks to deal extra damage. And at 10 stacks, it's 50% more damage from the Burst. Okay, 200%? That doesn't sound like 100% plus 5% times 10. Fuck, I'm bad at math. Yeah, I can get behind that statement, actually. Does she do 4 charge attacks or 3 charge attacks plus burst? I don't think we know how fast she overheats, right? Ascension passive. A lady's principles of conduct. I like conduct more, like the implication that it's like superconduct, you know, because she's a robot. Anyways, based on Sandrone's attack, her EM is increased. Every 100 attack gains 8 EM. Wow, she just has the exact same passive as Flynn's, right? Is that the same numbers as Flynn's as well? That's so fucking lazy. Oh god. It's fine. Oh, that's so lazy, man. Okay. So also she enables Stellar Conduct and 14% base damage. And you get extra T-Snack rewards from Catherine when you turn in daily commissions. Big. Chat, I have good news and I have bad news for you. Okay. Good news. I deeply hate that it seems like Lunar or Stellar is just literally just the exact same thing as Lunar. Like straight up the exact same. Lunar was already ass, and they're just doing it again with a different name. I think that's the good news. Bad news, I kind of like Sandrone's kit a lot more than I expected to. So my bad. Sandrone Sig, high base, crit damage. When the wielder is on field, the claymore activates. Oh god. So it's 36. No, it's 60 stellar conduct damage and 16% attack. Okay. So now the question is, how good is Lohan with these changes? If we assume that like we end up with a character that is a support that allows you to get stellar, which we're likely gonna get at the start of Sensnaya, right? Because obviously you're not gonna want to play Lohan with Sandrone, but Sandrone won't be the last stellar unit. So would you use Beto with him? Would you use Yai? Maybe just Yai, right? Like Yai, Nicole, Lohan, and then whatever the new unit is. Bench Durin? Maybe? I don't know. Is a condition for Stellar Conduct needing a 1 to 2 member of anything, or how does it activate? You need to have a stellar character, basically. Like Sandrone activates it. Kind of like how like Columbina activates all the lunar ones, and Linnea activates Lunar Crystallize, stuff like that.
Juice on the loose.
Who's on the loose?